We are in the 5th week of Bloom First, this project of contacting artists and actually getting to know more of how people do or need in their artistic fields uh, in a way that I can help them. And we finally were able to meet with the last artist that confirmed that she wanted to participate. She was completely different from the other participants in the sense that the other ones did have like a motif or a reason, and they were like, I do need pictures for this, I do need a dress for this. There was a pure reason to be part of the project, which makes me happy to know that there's actually a need for that. But regarding this other artist, um, she's more developing her artistic field around mental health care, which is actually really important. It can happen to anyone, and obviously, she's doing like art therapy actually by taking art as a medium to release stress and also for the person to come more in contact with themselves in a way. So it is really important, but actually her needs are not as clear as the other artists. So it's gonna be maybe a challenge, maybe not. After debating if what outfit or maybe clothing garment she might require, she was like, if there was something I could have or need, it would be basically pants. So I'm like, okay, pants. What can I think about pants? um, so obviously she's like, I don't want it to be this way, but I still want it to also like be a garment that she would love. So it's actually gonna be a challenge, I think. So challenge accepted. I don't want to do any basic trousers, but maybe she does need a really good basic pattern trouser. But maybe it's in the fabric that we're gonna play off, and that would be something that she might be more interested in. I'm not quite sure. Still, obviously gonna do some proposals to her and see which idea might resonate with her. Um, and also by talking with her, since obviously this is a process, she was also trying to give me even tips maybe to improve my communication skills, which I really do appreciate, and see how I can actually bond more with the other artists or even with future creatives to better understand them and how to talk, because obviously this is my first time actually even meeting someone and be like, hey, I want to do this with you. Would you be interested? And not only in the sense that for me of providing a service, but it's in a way of also getting to know the other person. I'm someone that is coming out of the blue, and and I do understand the fear, especially in Latin America. It's like, okay, this person contacts me and it's like, there's no record of her, there's no evidence, maybe a small portfolio that could have been made, I don't know, by taking things about other artists, AI, or something else. So obviously that was something of my fear at the beginning, because obviously I contacted many other artists, and the fear is that we live in a world where things are not clear anymore, and even without AI, there's always this thing in the mind of like, are they gonna rob me? Is this person gonna hurt me? Can I trust him or her? And to what depth can I trust? Sadly, I think this is like a society, not only here in Latin America, but around the world. There are people that are going through circumstances and I don't know, they decide to do, sadly, scams and rip off people. So obviously, people that are trying to make something like pure or come out and float and give some new ideas and interact with other people, it's kind of like you cannot expect to actually work in the first call or with the first person. Um, so it actually is kind of like hard, and especially now with AI, which and the scammers that are actually developing more, you obviously have to be cautious with who you're actually admitting to your life or to meet up or to say, hey, I do. So obviously, at this first stage, I'm not actually trying not to be so forward and giving like space or trying to find that um, social air bubble acceptable where I can obviously get to know the other person and also make them feel like kind of safe, and not try to push too many boundaries because I'm not still sure like what topics can actually talk or maybe could be bring on. So I try to have this method of like, okay, what questions can I ask? And since I'm not like a good start conversation starter, I'm like, okay, what can I bring up to the table? And obviously, we all have different kind of dynamics, and obviously, since this was also a first try, the other person or the other artist is not sure like, what do I have to say? What does he want to know? Um, and to what length am I willing to actually inform about my life or other aspects, or if I do need something regarding my field of artist of an artist, or do I need more something for my personal life, and I want to balance it with those kind of private and public life. So it's kind of for me like a struggle in that sense. I'm not sure if I'm over explaining myself, but I hope I can somehow express like the idea of like why I was so stressed at like the beginning. Luckily now, I have already met obviously the three artists that say yes, and I'm soon gonna start doing them some sketches. Hopefully they will love them, especially this one, last one, since I'm not sure like what can I propose that's different from what's out there that you'll be like, oh, if this was actually in the market, I would definitely want it or would love to have it. That's gonna be like the biggest challenge of all, I think. But I hope the rest. I think it's going well. There are actually as a first perspective, first encounter, they do seem nice people. They also have their dreams. They're growing artists, and as any other person trying to write, run their own path and their own way. So I think luckily I was able to meet with them. They received really well the encounters. We actually met uh, at malls, well, the first ones, and this last one, it was in another place. But at least now they do know I exist, and they were like, okay, they're interested, and maybe you as well might be interested in the future. Who knows? And if you do, well, you may contact me later on. At this moment, obviously, I'm just starting, so this really small moment of trial and error, seeing if it's actually of value or not. This is the first part of this first chapter of seeing if it's something that people will be actually interested or not. And well, at least they did say yes. Have to see how they do like the designs and how I make the garments, and hopefully they will love the actual final garment and wear it. And actually maybe something they will cherish cherish not only during this year but years to come, and be like, that was a nice gift of life. I'm glad I accepted to be part of that project. So have to wait and see. Obviously, that's something that time will tell. Um, and well, I will be posting things also on Instagram and obviously soon more here on YouTube of this process. Hope you may like it, and I hope it does at least start to grow something, and you may be identify like, oh, that's something interested. Maybe not, but if it is, I hope it is something special, and at least for me, at least having this experience is kind of meaningful, and I'm grateful for that. And thank you for watching. Um, Next time we'll be seeing my first sketches of proposals, and later on, um, you're gonna see which actual drawing or clothing garment they were like resonated the most, so they can have it. So thank you. Bye.